So today, September 5th, 2020, it's the end of summer. Back down here in my shop. Just kind of looking over some projects I got. Worked on the layout quite a bit this spring, but I haven't filmed all the projects I've done. And this is one of them here. This is an Altoona Model Works full-length car and diesel shop. I ordered it with the single-ended and the roll-up doors and the machine shop extension. With the intent of putting it at the front of the layout with a nice detailed machine shop. I've got a whole bunch of castings I've collected and painted up, and I'll show you those in a minute. But right now I'm kind of, I spent a little time today experimenting with my LEDs. This is kind of a homemade LED lighting system I came up with. And right now I'm trying to clean up the wiring a little bit. So I've got these dropping resistors here, these 750 ohm quarter watt jobbies, running about 11 milliamps to these SMD LED lights in here. And I'm messing around with these SMD resistors. These are 0805s, and my only issue with them is they might not be big enough to dissipate the heat. They're almost at full heat dissipation. They're good for about 1/10 of a watt, and running about 10 or 11 milliamps through them is pushing them right to the edge. So I've got some 1206s, I believe, on order, and I'm going to replace them with that. But eventually I'll clean up all this wiring and get back to work on this when the parts show up. Just thought I'd show you that real quick. And over here is the project I really wanted to talk about, but here's all the machine shop details I've been collecting and painting and prepping. There are various states of paint and assembly here. So anyway, I thought I'd talk about this guy here. This is a bit of a rare bird. I've been looking for this forever. This is an Atlas O GP7 from the mid-2000s. This is a dummy unit. And I plan on running it with my my two legacy GP7s spliced in there, and it's going to be 3-rail scaled. So I've got these nice parts here, if I can find them, made by Mario Scalzo, and he sells them through Shapeways. And I think his shop is called Gandyman and Son. And these are nice parts. These will really make the job go quicker. Got some shims for the pilots. Got some coupler boxes here. Simulated draft gear and stuff. So that'll go into this project, and I'll have it nice and weathered to match up the other engines, and should be pretty cool. So my next phase of this project is to sit down and figure out how to disassemble this and go from there. So we'll be back. Bye. Well, I think I found my way into this. Took off the truck side frames and kind of expose these screws here that run through these little truck plates, and I believe these go into the body. So I'm gonna try to take off all the side frames and get at it and see if that gets me in. I may also investigate and taking some of these gears out of here. Man, this thing this does not roll that well. No reason to be pushing all these dummy gears. It's cute and has traction tires, I don't know for what, but anyway, I'll be back in a bit. We'll get inside this. Yeah, with the side frames off, you can see here's the body screws. See if I can focus that. Really nicely made engine though. Really wish I could find the powered ones. I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of times these 3-rail models are really built like very stout. This is a die-cast frame. This whole underframe is die-cast, fuel tank, everything. Really nicely made. I really like Atlas stuff. Get this shell off here and see what's inside. Looks like I gotta pop these handrails out of the cab here. Looks like they want to stay with the frame. So I got the shell loose. As you can see, the cab's lifted pretty good. Short hoods up a little bit. Let me see if I can get these off without beating them up too much. And looks like once I get the rails out of the cab sidewalls here, I was able to actually lift the cab roof and sides right up and out of the way. That's pretty nice. Now I can't lift the short hood of this guy because I've got these baffles here, whatever you want to call them, that are kind of holding things back. So I'm going to pull those off, and then I should be able to get the shell right up there. I'm also going to depopulate the cab here, since it's going to probably be a mid or trailing unit. I don't need a full crew in there, so we'll keep going at it. So I was able to convince the shell to come off. Like I said, once I got these cab baffles, or whatever the heck these things are, I was able to free the hoods, and I got these guys out without too much hassle. And take a look inside here. Looks like it's got full lighting, which is kind of nice. This thing is really nicely made. Look at the brass inserts in the shell, so you don't strip out the plastic when you put the fasteners back in. There's also some kind of light pipe to something down here. I don't know if there's a kind of lighting feature there or what. I'll have to check it out, see if this thing focuses. We'll try again later. Yeah, there it is. I don't know. Check it out later. Anyway, I wanted to get this apart too, so I could chase out the coupler leads. Kind of tempted to get a soundboard for this, but I don't know if I want to put that much work into it. I'm just going to continue on stripping out the guts here and getting it ready to get the trucks off there so I can remove the couplers and see what it'll take to mount these pilot shims. So here's one of the trucks freed from the retaining system they use. So I had to remove all the ground and pickup roller leads, and was able to take a screw out of the bottom of the truck right here, right there, that went up through the motor mount that stays in the truck plate or whatever. So, trying to keep it all together. Wish I had an extra hand or something to hold this all together. I was trying to. Well, here's what I got. Trucks are fully disassembled. The electrocoupler assemblies are gone. All the associated hardware. And I was just test fitting these coupler boxes here to the pilots. Figuring out what it's going to take to trim these pilots so that they can be mounted back to the frame. But Mario did a good job on these parts, man. A little bit of trimming. Let me see, I knocked that step off already. A little bit of trimming, and it nestles in there real nice. Look at the way that coupler box sits in there real nice. I just have to trim the ears off. I might sacrifice some plastic KD boxes for this project. I'm going to stick with using these 805s. I like these so much better than the 746s and whatever. These just work nicer, a little more forgiving for alignment and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to keep moving on. So far so good. These parts line up pretty nice. As you can see, I have my KD fixture here, and coupler sits at a pretty good acceptable height. That's with the shim in place here and the coupler box. So I ended up CAing all the parts together. If I don't have to screw through the frame and all that stuff, I'll actually glue it together if I can. So what I usually do is kind of scuff up the surfaces. There's plenty of surface here for CA to get a nice grip. Hooked up, and that's actually CA'd on, and not too bad. I ended up trimming the pilot tab that connected to the truck to make it a swinger. So this one's about ready to go on. And this hasn't been too bad. I might actually get into painting it pretty soon. I don't know, we'll see. So I thought I'd take it out to the layout here and just fit it up with the engines it's going to be running with. Probably set it as a middle unit. Doesn't really matter. But you can see the pilots and the coupler box. Everything's sitting real nice. Those are 746s on these legacy engines. I did these legacy Jeeps with Mario's parts several years ago. So it's got the coupler box and the pilot adapter. Those were a bit more work than the Atlas. The Atlas was able to glue stuff together. I think it looks pretty good. I think the Atlas diesel will fit in with these real nice. Not too worried about the pilots being glued because I mean, they ain't going nowhere. See how they do cruising through the crossover here on the main. Film this part of the layout yet. I have a new machine shop. An instant brick house. I think that's going to be a schoolhouse. I filled in this like 2x2 foot gap over here that was kind of being used as a duck under. With a full interior in this shop. I've never really filmed it for YouTube. Maybe someday I'll do something on it. Downtown Deco Kozak's machine that has just been repurposed. Anyway, I think these run real nice together. Everything fits real nice. So I think I'm going to bring it back to the shop and get some paint on it.